In this tutorial, we will do search. So when the user clicks on it, it takes them to the search page. And when they type something, we will hit a function, and that function will fetch the data from database based on the search query that user has typed. So to do that, first of all, I will go to this products controller file, and under here, I will create a function, call it source product, and just like before, we will write a query, and when we receive the data, we will put the data inside a variable called product, and right here I will write await. So to use await, I have to use async. I have to use async right here. Now I can use await. So I can say Firebase Firestore dot instance dot collection. So the collection that we want to query is the products collection. If you remember, in our database, we have a collection called products, and inside that collection, we have many products. We want to query that collection, and inside that, we want to write this code right here. This code, I have just pasted it from my other projects. So what this code does, it will query the products collection, and it will go to the title field. We have a title field. So what we want, when the user types the title of the product, we want to search the product. So it will go to the title field, and the search query is what the user types right here. Okay, so we want to have that search query. We can receive it in our function like this. So I can say required search query. I will name this variable search query. So this search query right here is saying, go to the collection called products, and in the title field, which starts at the search query, what the user is typed, look for that. If it starts with the search string, I mean search query, which is the user has typed, and end at, meaning after the search query, we may have other things as well, but don't worry about it. Just give me the product if it matches with the start, and even if there is more after the title. So let me show you, then it will be easier for you to understand. So this is a product. The product starts with TMA. What if I type TMA here? I am saying to my code that it starts with TMA, but we may have other text after this title. Even if we have the other text, if it matches with this TMA, give me that product from the database. So that's the whole idea of this code right here. Okay, so we have written the function. Now when we receive the product data inside this variable, we want to return it so that we can show it in the UI. Let me show you how to do that. In our search page file right here. So this is the file for the front end of this. In our search page, we will create a variable, and when we receive that data from here, we want to update that variable with the new data that we have just received. So to do that, we need a stateful widget, because when we receive the new data, we want to refresh the screen and show the updated data. To convert it to stateful, simply click on this and convert to stateful. Now I will take that variable that I was just talking about. It will be a list, because we know from Firebase we receive the data in list format. So I will call it products. Yeah, just products. So initially it will be empty. There won't be any data initially. And when the user is typing something, that is happening inside this text form field, right? So when the user is typing something, we want to hit our function. We can use onChanged right here. OnChanged meaning when the user types something, this onChanged gets the value what user has typed, and now we can use that value. You can call it other things as well. It doesn't have to be value. You can call it anything. Okay. So when the user types something, we want to hit our function, which is inside products controller dot source product. Now it is asking for the source query. If you remember, in our function, we asked for the source query that user has typed. So we have to pass this, and we are receiving the query in this value variable. So I can simply pass it right here. If I hit save right now, nothing will happen. So when we receive the data from database, we return the data, and the data will be right here because this is where we are calling the function. So we can receive the data, and we want the new data that we have just received to put it in our products variable right here. So let us do that. Products equal to this. Now it is saying the value of type user dynamic cannot be assigned, and that is because when we hit this function, it will take some time to fetch the data because it is a future. We have set it to future because we know that it will take some time to fetch the data from database. In that case, we have to say wait until you get the data and then execute the code below. You already know how to do that. We have to use async and await. Now the error is gone. Okay. So when we receive the data inside this variable right here, we want to use setState to refresh the UI. Okay. Let us hit save. Nothing is changed, and that is because I didn't make the grid view dynamic. So the grid view is basically this view, this grid list right here. So let us make them dynamic. We want this variable because we are updating the data to this variable. So we will use this to show to the UI. So the item count will be products.length. The title will be products of index of title. We have a title field, and it is index coming from here. We can simply name it I. In that case, we have to use I right here. Let us remove this const. We have shown the title. Just like that, we can also show the price, and our field name is price. Remove the cost. Let us update the image. Our image field name is img link. Hit save. Now everything is gone, and that is because right now our product this variable is empty initially. So when I type something, we will receive the data and put it in this variable. Let us see if it is working. Okay, I will search for this, TAS. Okay, it threw an error. It says type JSON query snapshot is not a subtype of list of dynamic. So we have made an error, and that is in our function. Instead of returning the product, we have to return the product dot docs like this. Let us restart. Go to the search page, and now I will search for this. Okay, the product is already here. This, we have another product, and the title is Awesome Headphone. Let's see if I type awesome, if it works. WEAS. Okay, it is working. If I delete everything, it searches for all product in our database, and by default it shows all the product. That's perfect. Okay, great. So it is working. It is working nicely. Now, if you notice, I am when I write awesome, the first letter is in uppercase. What if I write it in lowercase? Will this work? No, it won't work. Why is that? Because Firebase doesn't give you the option to search for product in lowercase. To overcome this problem, what you can do in your product, you just like this title field, you can create another field, maybe call it search title or anything, and in the value just write your title in lowercase like this. So everything in lowercase. Now when we are searching, instead of this title field, now you can go to this search title field that you have in your database. And so in that case, what will happen? Even if the user types in the lowercase, it will find the data from the database. There are many solutions, many tricks that you can use to overcome this problem. So I just wanted to let you know that you can explore it as you go. Okay, great. So we don't have any field right now called search title, so I will remove it. This was just an example. So our code is perfectly working. So I believe you understood it as well.